Hey YouTube, what's up? Asian Trigger here again. For this video I want to talk about decking out because I heard a lot of people talking about it, and I recently decked out the other day when I was playing. Of course, Granblue, it's pretty obvious. But with this topic of decking out, there's three main things that I want to talk about. The first thing is decking out and how it rarely happens. The second thing is if you're decking out, you're probably doing something wrong. And the third thing is that you can fix the problem decking out by just changing your deck so you can do things right. Okay, now first off, decking out and how it rarely happens. Decking out rarely happens. So far, since the last month or so I've been playing, I've only known two people that deck out, me and Defiant Freedom. But it's pretty natural because I'm running Granblues and he's running OTTs. Now, it rarely happens still because out of all the games I've played with my Granblue deck, I've only decked out once. And that was because the guy was stalling and it went on forever. And that was the same thing with Defiant Freedom. So you have to know that you only deck out when your opponent's stalling, and that means, hey, you gotta push for it. You gotta really start pushing so you can win the game instead of just stalling around and waiting for something to happen. Now, second is if you're decking out, it means you're doing something wrong. Like, you're either milling too much, like with Granblues, you can be milling using Rune Shade skill, or using too much milling skills. That's one of the reasons why I don't run Evil Shade, just to keep myself from milling too much. And also, Evil Shade isn't that great of a card. He would make you mill too fast, and then you'd be pretty much dead. Now, OTTs, they draw a lot, but that can be easily fixed, and I'll tell you in the next topic. But OTTs, you can be drawing too much, and that's why you don't run Maiden Libra all the time, because you would draw and then plus too much. Plussing too much isn't always considerably bad, because I know you can have all those cards in your hand, then push to the field and win. That's why if you're playing Granblues or OTTs, you need to push and throw the cards out in front of you or onto your field, and then just push for game as fast as you can. Also, with milling and drawing too much, you're missing uses of certain cards. Like milling, if you mill triggers, for sure, you're pretty much missing the use of that trigger. Same thing with drawing. If you draw into his triggers, you're missing the use of the triggers when you damage or drive check. But there are some times if you mill certain cards, you can use them to your advantage. Like Spirit Exceed, you can use him while he's in your drop zone to get ahead of the game and everything. What else? Yeah, that's it for that second topic. Now, on to the third one. You can fix that problem. Now, with Granblues, as you see, as I told you before, with my deck, I took out Evil Shade to keep myself from milling too much. You can also do this. You can also keep yourself from milling too much or decking out too fast by, with Granblues, for example, I don't have to always ride Basskirk right away. But it's good if I ride him as soon as possible. Also, I have Negamari in my hand. If I wanted to, I could ride over Basskirk, but I wouldn't do that because that would be bad. It would nerf my Vanguard pretty much and make it easier for my opponent to attack me and kill me. That's also why I have Spirit Exceed, so I can throw him right on top of my Vanguard. So he'd still be a 10k beater, but I won't be soul charging as much to where so I wouldn't deck out. That's a case where I would use my Spirit Exceed. Let's see. Also, in the case of OTTs, you can fix the problem if you're decking out too much is by changing your trigger layout. I find that if you change your trigger, you don't always have to run draw triggers for OTTs, but it's good if you do. A lot of times, people will run like 6 draw triggers in OTTs. I remember back in first set you had to run 8 draw triggers, which is pretty bad, but now you have an option to change it to 4 draw triggers to where you wouldn't be drawing as much. So that's one way you can fix it with OTTs to keep yourself from drawing too much. And that's pretty much it. So again, the topics were how decking out rarely happens. If you're decking out, you're doing something wrong. And some ways you can fix the problem of decking out so that way you don't deck out, So yeah, that's it. Agent Trigger out.